Good morning friends, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. So we know that we have been discussing different topics about JEE. So many topics we have discussed, we have conducted different sessions, right? So previous video we have started with inverse of a matrix. So what is the inverse of matrix? Everything we have seen, right? Before that we have also seen adjoint of a matrix, trace of a matrix, all those things we have completed, and then we have landed into inverse of a matrix. So now in previous session we have seen inverse of matrix and what are the properties of inverse of any matrix and what are the condition if inverse should exist for any particular matrix, right? So in today's session let's take up some examples, right, which will appear, which are very familiar to appear in your competitives. Either it may be JEE, it may be state board, anything, right? Irrespective of the things, we'll see the problems, how do they appear. So let's see this problem. So what they are saying, let P be a non-singular matrix and I plus P square plus so on up to P to the power n is equal to 0. Then what is P inverse, right? So here they have given two conditions. First one is let P be the non-singular matrix. So let's speak about this condition now. What is non-singular matrix? Whose determinant is not equal to 0. If determinant is not equal to 0, then that particular matrix is considered as non-singular matrix. And in last video we have seen that if any matrix is non-singular, then what is going to happen? Any matrix is non-singular, then its determinant will not be equal to 0. If determinant is not equal to 0, then there exists inverse for that particular matrix. Why? Because A inverse is 1 over determinant A into adjoint A. So A inverse, in the denominator we have determinant A should not be equal to 0, which should not be equal to 0. So if determinant A should not be equal to 0, then it should be a non-singular matrix. So what they have given, P is a non-singular matrix. So as P is a non-singular matrix, its determinant is not equal to 0. Hence A inverse exists for this. This was about the first condition. Second one is they have given some equation there, polynomial equation. I plus P square plus P cube so on up to P to the power n. But what is P? P is some matrix. We need to find its inverse. What are the options? Minus P to the power n, plus P to the power n, P to the power minus n, minus P to the power minus n. So let's see it. Given condition is what? I plus P square plus P cube plus so on up to P to the power n as equal to 0. Okay. So as P inverse exists, I can multiply P inverse on both sides. P inverse into I plus P square plus P cube plus so on up to P to the power n is equal to P inverse into 0. So now I can write this as P inverse into I plus P inverse into P plus P inverse into P square plus P inverse into P cube plus so on up to P inverse into P to the power n, which is equal to 0. Right? What is Pi inverse into I? Anything into I is same thing. I is a unit matrix whose value is 1. So P inverse into I can be written as P inverse itself. P inverse into P is I. P inverse into P square is P plus P inverse into P cube P square so on up to P inverse into P to the power n. P to the power n minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. So now what will I do here is P inverse I will take separate. This I will put it in the bracket. I plus P square plus P cube plus so on up to P to the power n minus 1, right, will be equal to 0. Okay. So now I am having P to the power n minus 1, but I need, this condition is up to P to the power n. So what I will do, I will add and subtract P to the power n. I will add P to the power n, I will subtract P to the power n, so that this condition is not disturbed, whereas I get up to this condition. See, what is I plus P square plus P cube so on up to P to the power n? It is nothing but 0. So this whole term I can put it as 0. So this will be P inverse plus 0 minus P to the power n is equal to 0. So I can write P inverse is equal to P to the power n. Why? Because P inverse minus P to the power n will be equal to 0. If minus P to the power n shifted on the other side, it becomes plus P to the power n. So the option is option B. P inverse is P to the power n. So now what you need to do is, this is very simple. Just you need a little bit thinking ability for this. So now you pause the video and have a look at this. So friends, I hope you have understood that problem. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. So here what they have given matrices A and B, as A is 2 cross 2 matrix, that is 1 minus 1 4 minus 1, and B as 1 minus 1 2 minus 2. Right? Two of the matrices X and Y are such that X into A is equal to B and A into Y is equal to B. X into A is also equal to B and A into Y is also equal to B. Then find the matrix 3 into X plus Y. So how to proceed for this? Given is what? Given is X into A is equal to B. So I can write X as equal to B into A inverse. Okay. And A into Y is equal to B. So I can write Y is equal to A inverse into B. Alright. So these two things I can write. But to calculate X and Y, I need A inverse. Right. But what is A inverse? 1 upon determinant A into adjoint A. Okay. 1 upon determinant A into adjoint A. So what is the trick I have said for adjoint A for 2 cross 2 matrix? Right. So adjoint A can be found out if it is 2 cross 2. Interchange the principal diagonal elements and reverse the sign of other elements. Interchange the principal diagonal elements. Interchange the principal diagonal elements and remaining elements you keep it as it is with negative sign. That is reversing the sign. Right. So A inverse is equal to, see, 1 upon determinant A. Determinant A is what? 1 into minus 1. Minus 1 minus 4 into minus 1. So this is minus 1 plus 4. So I can write determinant A as equal to 3. Okay. So A inverse is equal to 1 upon 3 into adjoint A. Right. So adjoint A can be written as reversing the symbol. So reversing the principal diagonal element and reversing their symbol, 1 and minus 4. This is our A inverse. Okay. So once we got our A inverse, then we can calculate X and we can calculate Y. So X is given as what? B into A inverse. This is nothing but what is B? 1 minus 1 2 minus 2. This is B into A inverse. A inverse is what? 1 upon 3 A inverse. A inverse is minus 1, 1, minus 4, 1. This is A inverse. This can be written as 1 upon 3 into 1 into minus 1, minus 1, plus minus 1 into minus 4, plus 4. Okay. 1 into 1, 1, plus minus 1 into minus 1, this is minus 1. Right. 2 into minus 1, minus 2, plus minus 2 into minus 4, plus 8. 2 into 1 is 2, plus minus 2 into plus 1 is minus 2. So I can write x as equal to 1 upon 3. Minus 1 plus 4 is 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. Minus 2 plus 8 is 6. 2 minus 2 is 0. So if 3 comes out inside, x will be what? 1, 0, 2, 0. Right? This is what our x is. 1, 0, 2, 0. And similarly, what is y? Y is A inverse into B. Right? So what is A inverse? 1 upon 3 minus 1 plus 1 minus 4 plus 1. Right? This is A inverse into what is B? 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2. So now this is 1 upon 3 minus 1 into plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 into 2 is 2 minus 1 into minus 1 plus 1 minus 2. This I can write minus 4 plus 2, and this is 4 minus 2. Sorry. 4 minus 2. So this will be what? 1 upon 3, 1 minus 1, and this is minus 2, and this is plus 2. So y can be written as 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3. Okay, this is y. So now what will be 3 into x plus y? Or you keep it as it is, no problem. No need. Why? Because we have 3 into x plus y, so it will get cancelled, don't worry. 3 into x plus y can be written as 3x plus 3y. So this is, what is 3x? X is 1, 0, 0, 2. 3x will be 3, 0, 6, 0. Right? 3x plus 3y. 3 and 3 cancels. So what remains? 1 minus 1 minus 2 plus 2. So this is 3 plus 1, 4, 0 minus 1 minus 1, 6 minus 2, 4, I'll write it clearly, 0 plus 2, 2. So this is nothing but 3 into x plus y. So this is how we need to calculate. Now have a moment, take a moment and have a look at this. Okay friends, so I hope you have understood that previous problem. So let's move on to the next one. So here we would have given two matrices. That first matrix is A, which is a 3 cross 3 matrix. Second matrix is 10B. They have not given us B, they have given us 10B. Right? 10B is also 3 cross 3 matrix. And one condition they have given, if B is the inverse of A, if B is inverse of A, then alpha value is. Right? So B is inverse of A, then we need to find the value of alpha, which is 3, 5, 0 or none of this. Any out of this 4 will be the answer for alpha. Let's find the value of alpha. Let's see how to find it. Okay. So here what they are given, B is inverse of A. Alright. That means A inverse is equal to B. The condition given is A inverse is equal to B. They have given us that A inverse is equal to B. First let us find A inverse. Let's see what is A inverse. Right? We know that A inverse is equal to 1 over determinant A into adjoint A. Right? 1 over determinant A into adjoint A. And what is determinant A? So expanding through first one, right? Determinant A is, I can write it as 1 minus 1, 1, 2, 1 minus 3, 1, 1, 1. This is expanding through first row. 1 into 1 is 1, minus of 1 into minus 3, which is plus 3, right? Minus of minus 1, plus 1, into 2 into 1 is 2, minus of minus 3, plus 3. Okay, plus 1 into 2 into 1 is 2, minus 1. So this is nothing but 3 plus 2 plus 3, 5 plus 1. So determinant A is what? 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9, right? So that is what our determinant A value is. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen. What else they have given? Sorry, this is 4. 4, 2 plus 3, 5, this will be 10. Okay, so 4 plus 5 plus 1 is 10. So now we got the value of determinant A. Let's find adjoint A. Adjoint A, if you go through conventional, it is calculating minus cofactors, then arranging cofactor matrix, then taking the transpose. So let's not go into that end. So let's solve it through the trick. What is the trick? Write down the numbers. 1 minus 1, 1, 2, 1 minus 3, 1, 1, 1. So now this is matrix A, right? Now repeat this first two rows here. 1 minus 1, 1, 2, 1 minus 3, right? We have repeated this first two rows here, this first two here. Then repeat these two columns here. Repeat these two columns here. So that is 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. This is the first column. Second column is minus 1, 1, 1, minus 1, 1. So now this is adjoint A can be written as this particular, calculate this determinant. 1 into 1 is 1, minus of 1 into minus 3 plus 3. Okay, then calculate determinant for this one. Minus 3 into 1, minus 3, minus 2. Then calculate for this last 2. 2 into 1 is 2, minus 1 into 1 is minus 1. Now come for these two things. Calculate determinant for this. 1 into 1 is 1, minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. Now for this, calculate 1 into 1 is 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, and for last this two, it is minus 1, minus 1. Now for these two, calculate minus 1 into minus 1 is, minus 1 into minus 3 is plus 3, 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into 2 is 2, minus 3 into, minus of minus 3 into 1 plus 3. Then for this, 1 into 1 is 1, minus of 2 into minus 1 is plus 2. Transpose or dash, simply I can write dash for this, right? So what will be our adjoint A? Will be equal to, see, 1 plus 3, 4, 1 plus 1, 2, 3 minus 1, 2, right? Minus 3 minus 2, minus 5, 0, this is 5, then 1, minus 2, then 3. Right? So this is our required adjoint A. So now what you do is, you pause the video here for a moment, make a note of this, then we'll continue. There are a small 1 or 2 steps remaining over there, so then we will continue it. Okay? So have a look at this. Okay, friends, so I hope you have taken down that one. So these were the values we found out from that previous slide. So next, what is that? We need to find the value of alpha. For that, let us find out the A inverse. These two things we have found out in order to calculate A inverse. Let us do that. A inverse, as I said, 1 over determinant A into adjoint A. So therefore, I can write A inverse as 1 upon 10 into adjoint A. Adjoint A is how much? 4, 2, 2, minus 5, 0, 5, 1 minus 2, 3. Okay, so this is our adjoint A. This is our A inverse. So what else is given there? We need to find A and B given. The B is inverse of A. That is given as B is inverse of A. So B is inverse of A. Then I can write A inverse as equal to B. Okay. A inverse as equal to B. Right. A inverse I can write it as B means, what is B matrix? Or A inverse we know. B can be written as A inverse is what? 1 upon 10 into 4, 2, 2, then minus 5, 0, 5, then 1 minus 2, 3. 1 minus 2, 3. Okay. So this is what B. B is what? A inverse. That is what I have reproduced here. Then what will be 10B? 10B can be written as 4, 2, 2, minus 5, 0, 5, 1 minus 2, 3. From this I can write 10B as 4, 2, 2, minus 5, 0, 5, 1 minus 2, 3. Right? So now 10B is this matrix we have obtained, but what is given? 10B is given as this particular matrix. Comparing both the matrix, comparing given 10B matrix with this, right? So this is also equal to given matrix. What is that? 4, 2, 2, minus 5, 0, alpha, 1 minus 2, 3. This is the given matrix. So if you compare both the matrix, all the elements are same, right? 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 2. Third row is minus 1, 1 minus 2, 3, 1 minus 2, 3. And here minus 5, 0, 0. And here we are having 5, we are having alpha. Instead of 5 here, we are having alpha. So this implies I can write alpha as equal to 5. Right? Alpha is equal to 5. This is how we should calculate it. So I hope you have understood this one, right? So now you go through this problem very carefully. It is very simple only, right? But as the adjoint of A is involved, you should apply the trick, right? So this is how the problems will come in your competitive exams. Now take a moment, have a look at this. So for this we are going to stop the sessions, right? For this we are going to stop today's session, and we can continue with the next sessions with some more problems. Okay. So for now this is more than enough. You pause the video and make a note of this. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.